Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's the great one. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And for the Thunder, Saunders is out there with Gallinari. And it's Chris Paul. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next.
And some of that we know. It can happen with injuries to a star player and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times...
Like the Pacers with Oladipo.
Yeah.
They were a different team the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you. And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games. No problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Paul with the ball, outguarded by the great one. Paul can't get it to go. Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Billy, Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. Their dilemma tonight, finding an answer for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coach said the temptation is to pack the lane, but he's a great passer too, so we have to be careful bringing help. Evan, we'll see if they can pull that off.
Thank you, David. Both free throws good from the great one.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Paul surveying the floor. Got a piece of it. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's DiVincenzo. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Capitalizing on the error, grinding out points. You gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that to make you pay just right down the throat.
Here's Saunders, defended by Middleton. Gallinari wide open, drains it from beyond the arc.
Nice swing action there. Gallo, he simply squares up and rises to the occasion.
Inside, the great one passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's the great one. Gallinari covering. Here's DiVincenzo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
More and more, it's about the maturation process of Giannis and his game. Learning now how to sell defenders with pump fakes.
For Milwaukee, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And Oklahoma City making a change here. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Now here's Paul. 17 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder in their last game, a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio. No good from the great one.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off, and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Ball outside. Fades back. Milwaukee with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low, the great one. And that one is hammered home.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Paul. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Antetokounmpo passes to DiVincenzo. The shot's good from the great one.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Thunder.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Here in the late stages of March, the range for teams in the power rankings has really solidified. You look at Minnesota. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And when you look at Milwaukee, they've proven time and time again this season that not only are they for real, but they may be the team to beat.
Giannis right side. Drummond trying to get himself free. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Bucks passing it around. To the middle. The great one passes to Giannis. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Giannis.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Beasley, good. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to the great one. And here is Drummond. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That reach is just ridiculous. Giannis easily beating everybody to the ball and then sends it back.
Paul outside. Molinari trying to get open. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Bucks leading by 9. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And Paul puts up a deep 3, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Gallinari. He's averaging 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
O'Brien, he's checked in for Chris Paul. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lenz checked in for Drummond.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Passes it to Gallinari. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Antetokounmpo on the double team to Gilgeous-Alexander. Yep, that one goes in there.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Pass to DiVincenzo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Brett, with the corner 3 being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
It's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinning up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet? That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Here's O'Brien. Wilson grabs the board. Milwaukee leading by 15 to the inside. Here's the great one. Finished off the break. The great one's got 12 points in the game.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
O'Brien the pass to Baisley. Now Gallinari. 17 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. 6 on the shot clock. Over Wilson. A nice shot by Gallinari. He has 5.
And the jump shot from Gallo, pure there, perfect form.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Milwaukee making a switch. Thomas is checked. And so here is Oklahoma City, only giving up 2 points this quarter. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul outside. Clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer. That shot missing. And Milwaukee the other way now.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Saunders in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against the Grizzlies was terrific. He finished with 52 points, and his passing was just incredible. He piled up an impressive number of assists. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. To the paint. Lays it up off the glass. And it's 8 points for Chris Paul.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
The pass to the great one. Connects from three-point range. And the Bucks lead by 21.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
And the foul called on the great one. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Saunders, the pass to Baisley. To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Milwaukee leading by 19 points. Pass to Drummond. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there, has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
DiVincenzo passes to the great one. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Giannis. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, this is where Giannis does all of his damage. He gets inside the paint, has the size to work you back, and then stretch out and score.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Well, they had the home fans worried for a little bit. I know that.
Paul outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Reed. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And there it is for him. 17 points for the great one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here is Paul. 8 points for him. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Gallinari, he's checked in for the Thunder.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Thunder trailing by 20. Paul left side. Passes it to Saunders. Shoots a three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's DiVincenzo. He's got 6. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Paul outside. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Middleton on the wing. No points in the game yet for him. 6 on the shot clock. Drummond. Gallinari with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 19. Pass to Saunders. Paul outside. The pass to Reed. Fades. It's rebounded by the great one.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
It's blocked. Feeds to Middleton. Pass to the great one. Here's DiVincenzo. Here's the great one. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, or play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Jeffries is checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Holmes checked in. Thunder have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way that he's working, he's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
Here's the great one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
His offensive approach tonight has been aggressive, and it's paid off with a lot of trips to the line.
Wilson, he's checked in for Drummond. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Gallinari surveying the D. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. A different look for Oklahoma City. Tucker's checked in, and Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lenz checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Bielitsa in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Len. He's guarded closely. The great one passes to Wilson, and the shot goes in. Wilson's got his second bucket of the night. The Thunder have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. O'Brien the pass to Brogdon. Gallinari against Wilson. And Gallinari kicks to Brogdon. Drills it from outside. Brogdon's got 5 points so far.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Holmes. Milwaukee the rebound. Kicks it out to Wilson, who's back up, and good that time. Wilson's got his third basket of the night right there.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Pass to Jeffries. Wilson against Gallinari. Out to the right wing. Here's O'Brien. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Bielitsa inside. Jeffries there. Len on the money from 12 feet away. Len's got his second basket of the game.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Here's O'Brien, guarded by Holmes. And O'Brien gets it to go.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Holmes passes to the great one. To Holmes. That one falls. He's got 5.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Thunder have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Amazing year last year to see Gallinari fully healthy. So valuable when he's out there on a consistent basis, and he can score from anywhere on the floor.
Just 4 seconds left now here in the second. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Milwaukee sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from the great one.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Now, you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Setting the floor for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's the great one. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Bucks leading by 21. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Thunder shooting reasonably well, 45%. And the pass to Reed. Gallinari against Antetokounmpo. Pass to Saunders. From deep. The rebound by the Bucks. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This break gives us a chance to see the league's best fast break teams in the second half of the season. They've really ramped up the energy. Bucks number 1.
You know, the NBA season is a marathon, but the way they played since the break, man, they're running a sprint. How about that transition offense?
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Here's Paul. Here's Reed. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Chalk up 2 there.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And the foul called on the great one. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Milwaukee on D. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. 3rd quarter of basketball. About a minute and a half in. Reed the pass to Paul. He lobs it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, Kevin, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
Paul passes to Saunders. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Reed, defended by Drummond. Paul with the bucket.
Paul takes pride in scoring past the defense. He's used to getting roughed up a little bit. Sometimes he causes most of that, though, Kevin. True grit from the little man.
Passes it to the great one. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. The great one's got 8 points in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Releases. Misses off the right iron.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Middleton looking it over. Pass to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. The great one. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Reed the pass to Gallinari. Kicks it out to Paul. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Oh, good from the great one.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Gallinari finds Paul. Here's Saunders, defended by Middleton, and the basket by Saunders.
You leave it to CP3, statistically one of the top 10 assist men, not just in the league now, in the history of the game.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
That's his first personal foul.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now the pass to Reed. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
They get it back. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Saunders. Here's Reed. Over Drummond, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Reed's got 8 here in the quarter. Here's DiVincenzo. 9 points in the game so far. Ripped away. And the foul called on the great one. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Brogdon, he's checked in for the Thunder. Pass to Saunders. Here's Baisley. 6 to shoot. Over Giannis. The rebound by the Bucks.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Drummond passes to DiVincenzo. No good that time. And it's Oklahoma City the other way.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high. The lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
The pass to the great one. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. Saunders misses. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Brogdon.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points. Here's DiVincenzo. 9 points in the game so far. The feed to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, just terrorizing the D.
The Thunder have gone 7 of 13 in the 3rd quarter so far, just above 50%. And it's Brogdon off the drive, and it's sent back by Drummond. Pass to the great one. From deep 3-point range, and there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his 1st foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Jeffries is checked in, and it's O'Brien's in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. The great one comes in for Thomas. The Thunder have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Well, Brogdon being the rookie of the year and coming in and doing a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a guy who could play either guard position and has a great mentality and great poise as a point guard.
And trying to get it to go, even with the contact, but no good, and he'll try to pick up 2 at the free throw line coming up. The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 56 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Thunder shooting in the 2nd half so far, about 45%. To the wing right side. Here's O'Brien. He has 6, and they pick up 2. He's got 8. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. The great one passes to Middleton. The Bucks working the ball around. Len's shot is off. Thunder shooting 47%, pretty solid. And O'Brien gets it to go. O'Brien's got 10 points.
Well, the size that Brogdon has at the point guard, a good job of finding somebody over the top.
Now, here's Holmes. He's guarded by Brogdon. Out left to the wing. Wilson kicks to Middleton. Here's Holmes. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Milwaukee holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. This has been a one. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Thunder, and it's O'Brien in at the point guard. 4 on the clock. Here's the 3. 4, no luck. And the Bucks with possession. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Wilson the pass to the great one. Wilson left side. Adams right side. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And yes, it's good. 38 points for the great one.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Ball stolen, and they're moving it up. Here's the lob to Adams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here is Jeffries, defended by Middleton. Now, here is Ford. To the inside, here's O'Brien. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Jeffries, good.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
And it's good for 2. The great one's got 40 points.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Ford passes to McKenzie. He feeds it to Jeffries. Banked in off the glass.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the 2nd quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Wilson left side. Down low, the great one. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. The great one's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Now, though, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Adams, right side. To the left side wing. A 3-ball. No good from the great one.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Passes to McKenzie. Here's O'Brien. Adams defending. Inside. Here's Jeffries with the second effort. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and
Yes.
what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. And the Thunder making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
Not in
NBA.
today's game, and not with what's at stake.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait. That's
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Count it. Good. Giannis has got 10 points in just the second half.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Paul, right side. Gallinari trying to get open. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Here's the great one. Drummond trying to get himself free. And the shot goes in from the great one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Paul. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Well, right now, the defense completely uncomfortable in guarding pick and rolls with Chris Paul. He loves to dice up the D in those sets.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Ford. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pass to Roby. The three-pointer, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Jeffries is checked in to the paint. Another one goes. Incredible.
And the 50-point games continue to add up for him.
Well, every game takes him closer to the next benchmark. Next up, second place all time.
And Wilt had 30 games of 50 points or more back in 1963. And that number gets closer and closer with games like this.
Antetokounmpo going to work now. These types of shots are pretty much in his range.
Ball outside. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yeah.
So sign me up
with
for that
courtside
job.
seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Offensive rebound. Adams' shot is off.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And Giannis throws it down.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Roby, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract, and that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, did I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. To the inside, knocks it loose. Stolen by Wilson.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bucks.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the Great One.
Serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Bucks.
They throw good, Adams.
2 shots.
And so Adams nails both of them. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bryant the pass to McKenzie. Ford with the ball. Puts it up high.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one
Yeah,
up.
the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Here's the great one. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching.